stuff. We're going to warm up first, and so maybe we're going to have you stick around for that warm up and see what it looks like. Then we're going to split into some 6-on-6 activities. When we do that, we'll have those of you that still want to stay and watch 6-on-6 stuff be here. And those of you that want to go talk with Chris about coaching younger players and some of the drills and activities and things you might do with Ed, he's going to have you on another court doing that. And we'll go for about 2 hours and talk about how to get started with the materials that we have. And then that'll be that. Shut it here because we'll have to. We're going to run this line right here. Group 1 is 1-7-10, Group 2 is 2-6-12, 3-5-11, 4-8-9, or Group 4. The drill that we're going to play is called Exchange. And what this is a cooperative drill where you're trying to get as many pass, set, hit it over the net combinations as you can. And so once this team pass, set, and hits it over to the net to this team, they're going to get off the court, and the team that was off is going to come on. So they're going to exchange places. So, and that'll happen every time. So pass, set, every time the ball goes over the net, you exchange places. This team's doing the same thing. And so you're trying to cooperate and get as many in a row as you can. And so you can understand that, hey, if a ball's going out, I don't want to let it go out. I got to play it because I'm trying to keep the ball alive, trying to keep it running. If for some reason you can't jump and swing, that's the way you get it in a row, is by jumping and swinging. If you can't jump and swing and you just have to pass it over, we won't count that as one in a row, but it won't reset the counter either. As soon as you hit it out or in the net, or don't make a mistake somehow, shank the ball, then you've got to start over and try and see how many in a row we can get. So go ahead.
So you're not trying to get kills, you're just trying to keep the ball alive.
Not trying to get kills, you're just trying to jump and swing, hit a controlled shot at your teammate. And so this is also a very good kind of barometer of how good your team is. If you can control the ball well enough to jump, set, and hit, and do a bunch in a row, I would say a good team is doing 40, 50 in a row. A good high school varsity team is doing 40, 50 in a row. If you can get that many in a row, that's pretty nice. I think the in-a-row world's record that I heard of was something like 225 by a high school team in Utah that probably did it all day for practice. Here we go, we're just going to do this. But they ended up winning the state championship, so it kind of gives you a sense of, yeah, they had some pretty good ball control. And at BYU, we'll start this and we'll just knock out 100 and then go do practice, and the guys are pretty good about it. But if you're getting 40, 50, I think that's a nice number. We're going to battle, I'm telling you right now, we're going to battle to get 15 here. And so if you're only getting 10, 15, that many with your team, you ought to think long and hard about how much 6-on-6 you're playing. You probably ought to say, you know what, we haven't earned the right to play 6-on-6 yet. We're going to go back, we're going to play a bunch of waves. We're going to go back and I'm going to do a bunch of butterfly with you and toss it, catch, and try and perfect our ball control skills and get our mechanics better and get our reading better and get some of that stuff. Because my ball control is, I got to have that before I can be an efficient 6-on-6 team. And so anyway, we're going to play exchange here for a little while. Then the drill is going to evolve into atonement, and we'll talk about that as soon as we're done. So there are a couple different ways you can put parameters on how long you go. We could say, all right, you get 5 chances to get 15 in a row. So here's 5 balls. You got to get 15 in a row with one of them. You got to get 15 in a row in 10 minutes. You could, I suppose, come up with some others, but that's kind of what we do. We'll say, all right, you got 5 balls to get 15 in a row, off you go. So let's try that. We're trying to get 15 in a row. So here you are. 1, so you're here. 2s, you're there. 3s, 4s, you guys are exchanging here. You guys are exchanging here. We've got a setter and a setter. And any questions? Okay, go get them.